Today, you are about to hear a story that is not just about success.
It is about struggle, pain, determination, and the power of never giving up. This is the story of a young boy who had nothing. Not a single penny, not a comfortable home, not even enough food to eat. A boy who lost everything at a young age, who had no one to help him, and who faced hunger, loneliness, and endless hardships. But that boy did not accept his fate. That boy refused to give up. He walked for 2 years, covering a distance of 470 kilometers, with no money, no food, and no shelter. He faced storms, hunger, and exhaustion, but he never stopped. That boy later became the founder of the world's most powerful luxury brand, Louis Vuitton. How did he do it? How did a homeless, hungry boy become the creator of a billion-dollar empire? How did he turn his pain into power and his struggles into success? Everything in this story is true. Every struggle, every success, and every detail. Watch the full story to truly understand the journey from nothing to ultimate luxury. Trust me, you won't regret it. Louis Vuitton was born in 1821. His home was a very small village in the east of France. The village was called Anche. Life there was not easy. It was a poor place, far from any big towns. People lived simple lives. They did not have electricity in their homes. They did not have running water inside. They had to get water from outside. Louis's family worked hard, but did not have much money. His father's name was Xavier. Xavier was a farmer. He also worked as a miller, grinding grain into flour. He worked long hours in the fields and at the mill. Louis's mother, Corinne, was a hat maker. She made hats by hand and sold them. This helped the family earn some extra money, but it was never enough. The Vuitton family struggled financially. They worked just to have enough food to eat. Young Louis did not get an education. There were no schools in Anche. The nearest school was far away, about 6 miles. It seems Louis never went to school. He could not read or write. Instead of learning in a classroom, Louis worked. He spent all his time helping on the family farm. Every day, he worked outside from the morning sun until the evening sun went down. He helped in the fields and with other farm jobs. It was a hard life for a child, with little chance to dream of a different future.
Life became even more difficult for Louis when he was 10 years old. His mother, Corinne, became sick and died. Losing his mother was very sad for young Louis. His father, Xavier, did not wait long before he married again. Louis's new stepmother came to live with them. His relationship with his stepmother was very bad. Sources say she was a strict woman who liked to control things. She was not kind to Louis. They argued all the time. Louis felt very unhappy living in that house. He did not feel welcome anymore. So, at the young age of 13, Louis made a very brave and difficult decision. He decided to run away from home. He dreamed of going to Paris, the capital city of France. He hoped he could find work and make a better life there. One night, he waited until his family was asleep. Then, he quietly slipped out of the house. He did not say goodbye. He just started walking towards Paris. It was a very long way to go, about 225 miles. He had no money and no food, only a dream. The journey was extremely hard for young Louis. He walked for many hours every day, mostly on quiet dirt roads. Finding a safe place to sleep was difficult. Most nights, he had to sleep outside, often in the woods. He only owned a simple cloak, which gave him little protection from the cold night air. Hunger was a constant problem. He often went to sleep with an empty stomach, feeling cold and alone. To get food, Louis had to find ways to earn it. As he passed through small towns and villages, he looked for any kind of work. He did many different small jobs, often called odd jobs. Maybe he helped a farmer in the fields, or carried things for someone. In return, people gave him a meal, or a few coins. The coins helped him buy a little bread, but he never earned enough money to pay for a proper place to stay. So he continued sleeping outdoors, or finding shelter in old barns, or under bridges whenever he could. This long journey was also a time of learning for Louis. While doing these odd jobs, he met many craftsmen. These people were skilled workers who made things using their hands. Louis watched them carefully and learned from them. He learned how to work with metal, making it strong or shaping it. He learned about working with stone. He also learned skills with fabric and how to work with wood. He did not know it at the time, but learning these different craft skills was very important. They would change his life later. In Paris, Louis walked and worked, moving slowly across the French countryside. His journey to Paris was not quick. It took him a very, very long time to reach the city. Louis walked for 3 whole years. He started as a young boy of 13 and arrived in Paris as a teenager of 16. It was a slow, difficult walk, full of challenges, but Louis never gave up. He kept his dream of Paris alive and continued moving forward. Louis finally reached Paris after his long 3-year walk. It was a big, busy city. Soon after he arrived, he found a job. He started to work as an apprentice for a box maker named Monsieur Marichal. An apprentice is someone who learns a job by working with a skilled person. Louis began learning how to be a box maker and packer. Box makers in those days had an interesting job. First, they made special boxes for clients. These boxes were custom-sized. This means they were built to the exact size the client needed for their things. Second, box makers packed the client's clothes and other items into the boxes before a trip. They also unpacked the boxes when the client came home. This job was very important for Louis's future. It allowed him to meet many rich people from the upper class of Paris society. These wealthy people often traveled and needed special, custom-made luggage. Louis saw what kind of luggage they needed and learned about their travel habits. This gave him valuable experience.
Louis worked very hard in Monsieur Marichal's workshop for several years. He was dedicated and wanted to learn everything about the craft of box making. He learned how to work with wood and other materials. He learned how to make strong, beautiful boxes. He learned how to pack things carefully so they would not break during travel. He worked as hard as he could every day. People started to notice his skill. he became known as a very good craftsman. His good work became famous. In 1851, a very important customer came to the workshop. The Empress of France, Eugénie de Montijo. The Empress was the wife of Napoleon III, the ruler of France. She needed a personal box maker. The Empress noticed Louis's work. She saw that his boxes were made with great skill and care. His craftsmanship was excellent. She was impressed by the fine quality. Because of this, she appointed Louis as her personal box maker and packer. This was a very prestigious job. It meant Louis would now make special boxes just for her and pack her valuable clothes and belongings for her travels. For most box makers, working for the Empress was the highest honor possible in their career. It showed how much his skills were valued. Think about Louis's journey. He started as a poor teenager who ran away from home and slept in forests. Now, he was working directly for royalty, the most important lady in France. This was a massive achievement and showed how far he had come. But Louis Vuitton had even bigger ideas and dreams for his future. A new idea for bags to be continued. Please read it soon. Thank you very much.